Welcome Street Rats to Night City. I'm the one and only Moxie 11, bringing you slightly biased news footage from the fourth wall. When we last left Gojira, I completed the pickup of the package and was about to leave with Kami when she pointed to someone across the street. Wraith was with Cass and a pair of bodies, leading away to get Cass medical attention. He paused up the street to check the bodies, liberating some guns, bullets, almost 900 eddies, their agents, 2 radio communicators, a flashbang, and an incendiary grenade. He turns off the agents and the radio communicators to ensure they can't be tracked before continuing on. Meanwhile, the woman across the street from Kami and I is a larger, curvaceous woman with pasty white skin, white hair in a fallen mohawk style, and bright pink cyber eyes, giving her an albino look. She has a katana on her back and is pointing an assault rifle at us. Painted on her flak vest are the words "kill count," followed by the number 37. She demands we get out of the car. Kami has little help in deciding what to do, so I try to gun the car and get us away to safety. With the movement, the albino shoots, taking out the windshield and hitting me with 3 bullets, causing a serious amount of damage. But I managed to keep going, driving us further away as more shots were fired at the back of the car, taking out the rear windshield and back taillight. Kami does manage to hit the albino in the shoulder, but the woman seems unfazed as she takes off down the street after us. Sadly for me, after a bit of driving, the car sputters and dies, but not before I manage to get it into an alley and some sort of cover before passing out from the blood loss. Cass talks to us via the open line through our agents, asking if the woman from before came back. Audibly freaking out, Kami tells the boys about the albino woman and that she thinks I'm dead. The woman is still chasing her. The boys make their way back towards us as fast as they can. Wraith finds the alley where I'd stored the car, pulls in behind it, and they can both hear shots being fired in one of the buildings next to the alley. Wraith pulls the bodies out of the car and leaves them there before checking ours to see the package in the box and a pool of blood in the front seat. Kami and I are nowhere to be found. Asking where they are, Kami says she's inside and pinned down. While Wraith tries to get Cass to take the package and complete our assignment, the solo is already on his way inside. Reaching the door where the gunfire is the loudest, Wraith kicks it open to see the albino looking up, 1 foot on the stairs and firing above. Bree shoots her, but she still seems unfazed, and the gunfire from upstairs stops. Cass tosses in the incendiary grenade, blowing the albino away and setting her on fire. It is at this point I officially flatline. The albino of course yet lives, but she does start retreating. Kami miraculously brings me back to life with a 1-use defibrillator and treats my wounds enough to stabilise me. She looks rough, but she's alive and super alert. Wraith carries my unconscious body downstairs and gets me into the car with Cass and Kami, instructing her to get us to Pons. Meanwhile, he takes the other car in the package and goes to see Rex to complete the job. At Rex's apartment, there are 2 bodyguards with him. Wraith gives him shit, goes inside, is sitting on the couch, covering it in blood, and tells him about the events of the night, adding that the money we're to make will cover the medical bills, and he hopes whatever he paid the package for was worth it. Rex shows Wraith what was in the crate. Bricks of C4 and detonators, then apologises, says it wasn't supposed to be like that, and offers $1.5 grand to each member of us for the job. Wraith manages to get 2 rooms of free rent, currently used by Moxie and himself, before taking payment and heading across the street to see Pons. At the scalpels, Cass tells Pons to put on my hand despite learning that the cost for my surgery to get me back on my feet is $1,000, the whole budget I have on credit. The hand is still an extra grand on top of that. It will take me 6 days to recover. Cass's surgery is just as expensive for his missing finger, costing just over $1,000, but he'll only need 4 days of recovery time. While we're at the Rippers, Wraith takes Kami aside to tell her she did good and assures her I'll be alright. He manages to lift her spirits before selling the gear and weapons he found on the bodies to Rex, giving that money, along with the rest to Kami, to hold and keep track of. The money from the gear he found goes into the group fund. Leaving her at the bar with instructions to order a drink for him and Dave, he heads off to his previous engagement only 40 minutes late. At Johnny's, he intimidates him, asking about the cash, and has Dave collect and count it. There's about $5 grand in the box, and while it isn't everything, Wraith lets him go with a warning saying if he ever sees him again, he'll kill him. The concert funds are divided, with 1/4 going to each of the 3 bands and the rest for the survivors. They talk a bit about doing more shows before Wraith heads back to the bar, calling his friend about the car and trying to play it off like he's getting it repaired, but his friend says not to worry, just bring it back. Wraith tells him he'll see him in a few hours and continues to the bar. Meanwhile, as I'm in surgery, Cass goes to talk to Cammy. They hug tight, and after some reassurances to her, he tells her she's amazing and a badass. She calls him an idiot, and they fist bump. Our little netrunner slowly improving in mood, while our outstanding bills creep ever higher. To watch the story unfold live, tune into Saves vs. Death every Saturday at 8:30 PM Eastern at twitch.tv/savesvsdeath. If you can't watch live, be sure to subscribe to Saves vs. Death channel on YouTube so you can watch it as soon as the recording is released, or download it as a podcast. Stay safe, Cyberpunks. This has been your Night City Recap with Moxie 11.